Hey, what's up? We're live. We're live. What do you think about this? What do you think about this thumbnail?
Uh, Hold on. The thumbnail?
Thumbnail.
It's a little sparse compared
A
to.
little sparse. A little like I did this in a rush. A little bit like that. All right. You watched episode 4. You watched or 5 and 6, right?
Just now, yeah. Like I just back to backed it, and I I don't want to say rush through it because normally what I'll do is like I'll like kind of miss shit and then rewind it
Yeah.
because I don't know, be like some of the dialogue is like so fucking whispered. I can't even tell what the fuck people are saying sometimes. You know.
I agree. I mean, I'm like, I know I agree. I don't think the thing is
And also
this.
because it's hot, I got my like AC unit going, so when that shit's firing off, I gotta like maximize the volume on my TV, and I still can't make out half the shit that's going on. So I just gotta pause it and wait it out.
I mean, I don't think a lot has happened in these last 2 episodes though either. You know, like
Well,
it's been. I'm not gonna say it's not been good.
I don't know if
But
you've
not a lot's
noticed
happened.
The way it's structured is like there's what is it like uh prelogue or whatever you would call it, you know, like stuff that's gonna set everything up that's gonna happen, and then it erupts into like some big moment, and then it slows down, and then it slowly peaks back up. You know, you can't just like be going fucking
Like full balls in.
180 the whole time. It's like post rock. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta
Oh yeah.
build to the crescendo, then it peaks, then you go back down. You know, you listen to enough Mogwai and Explosion in the Sky and shit like that.
Yeah. No, definitely. Definitely. I feel like I've been listening to a lot of
And Godspeed You Black Emperor.
I've been listening to a lot of like bad rap these days.
Bad
Bad
what?
rap. I've been listening to a lot of like Suicide Boys and rap.
Oh, rap.
Actually, Suicide Boys are kind of interesting. They're kind of interesting. I'll give them that. They're a little interesting.
Well, they're just like I mean, honestly, they're just like a white ripoff of like 3-6 Mafia, but instead of sipping
No, they're
lean, they
different.
just do pills.
I think they're sober.
Oh God.
No, I think they were. I think they were drug addicts, and I think now they're sober. But like,
Now they're born again Christian.
no, I think they're just like, I don't know. I think they're just scumbags that were drug addicts that are sober now. That like, they deal with the aftermath. You know, like I guess that's all I can say. Speaking of first things first, I saw Longlegs.
In theaters?
In theaters.
Yeah, I saw the red lettered media review of it, so I've already gotten the spoiler. Well,
Yeah, you know what though?
half-assed spoilers.
I have to say, like I like 100% disagree with them. I hated this movie. I hated it. Like they loved it, and I was like, "What the fuck are you guys talking about?" This is like the one time where I'm like, I'm completely like off base of for them.
I don't always 100% agree with whatever they say. I just like the frame of reference.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I'll say this: I
Like,
respect their
especially
opinion.
who's the guy who usually sits on the left?
Mike,
Yeah, a lot of the stuff he likes, I think, is fucking terrible.
he's I don't know. I think
And
they
like
both
that
kind of like
Ghost Hunter
bad
show
shit.
that he's obsessed with is like fucking trash.
Yeah, no, yeah, but I mean, I think he's funny. He's the funnier one.
Well, yeah, I mean, he seems to be more of the like lead.
I mean, all right. I'll say this about Longlegs: like the pacing is excellent. The pacing is excellent. The tone is excellent. The cinematography is excellent. The story sucks. The acting is not that good. But like, there's a lot of things I love about this movie. But like, I would still never say like, all right, it's at a 7.2. I'd give this like a 68 out of 100. But like, everyone's talking about like this is the best horror movie in the last like 20 years. I do not see that. I don't see that. I can't agree with that. But bona fide hit for Neon. Let's watch this trailer though. Check this out.
Don't move.
Is it scary being an FBI agent?
The letter was left with the bodies.
We have 10 letters like it over the past 30 years. And all of them signed with one word. Longlegs.
Like, this movie looks awesome. Like, the
He'll
look
kill.
is great.
And kill again.
Oh, there she is. You could have been nice with me, but you didn't.
Look at that noise.
And now that has led to all of this.
How's this doing financially?
Pretty well. I mean, a lot of people like it.
Nice. I'm glad, man. Whether it's good or not, it's nice to see like something
Also,
like this
Parkins.
get hyped up and not be like a total piece of shit, you know?
No, it's not a total. I mean,
and I like the
it's a very
references
basic
that it has,
story.
you know,
It's a
like
very
Silence of the
basic
Lambs and
it's a very. But that's my problem with it. Actually,
it's
is
too
that,
derivative.
no, it's not too. I actually I think that girl is too young for this movie. I kind of want like a dykey Jodie Foster girl.
She's
I
from
think
It Follows, right?
Yeah, and I don't think she's like mature enough for this role. That's like an issue I had
Have
too
you
with it.
rewatched that movie since you first saw it?
Like, actually, you know who I was thinking about? Like, if you know Rhaenyra in like the main, like the queen lady in House of Dragon. You know, she's kind of like dykey and older. She's like 30s.
Yeah, but now it makes sense why she's so butch. Now she's got like a lesbian.
But I kind of want someone like
we're
that.
really jumping ahead there. I didn't mean to,
but I kind of want someone like that in the role. You know, like that's who I kind of want in the role.
Definitely butch, and she's got that big beaver that talks.
That's kind of what I want. You know, like in that kind of
Mel Gibson movie where he has the talking beaver puppet.
I never saw that movie.
No. It looks
missed that one.
I don't know. It looks bad, but it's very interesting too. I don't know. I would like to see it, but I probably regret like dedicating whatever hour and a half plus to it.
Let me put this trailer on. This is a little different trailer. It's a little more. It has more than the weird Nicolas Cage character in it, which was kind of cool. I like his character. It's crazy. Well, very Buffalo Bill derivative, though.
Is it scary being a lady FBI agent?
Yeah.
Take a nice long look.
What time period is this?
It was
Another
90s.
one
90, like
left
Clinton,
Oh, I
Clinton
like
period.
that shit.
I like that too. Like, there's things I love about this movie.
I keep hearing that fucking
I
noise.
saw a beast rise up out of the sea with 7 heads and 10 horns. And on his horns, he wore 10 crowns.
And I like the occult Satan script. I love that. Like,
And on each head was written a blasphemous name.
I saw Zodiac. The movie is good.
He'll kill. And kill again.
I know you're not afraid of a little bit of dark. Because you are the dark.
They keep using that sound over and over again. Sounds like a
Do you
velociraptor.
say your prayers?
Never once. They scared me. Hello?
You could have been nice with me, but you didn't. And that has led to all of this. I'll be waiting.
all right, a very soft recommend by me is what I would say. Very soft recommend. Like, I like there's some things in this that are awesome.
Don't
say that.
completely ruin it for me because I do want to actually. See
I
it.
think I would honestly, I would say watch it because I think you'll like the look and the tone and the pacing. Like,
When does it get to Plex?
hasn't come out yet, but I also like Nicolas Cage's character is like so fucking crazy looking and like looks like a doll and like plastic, and he's got like this like he's doing this like 80s hair metal shit where he's like, "Hail Satan." He's doing this like really weird shit and it's like kind of awesome. Like,
Did you see the Bob Dylan trailer?
no, fuck Bob Dylan though.
Yeah, I fucking.
I'm not a Bob Dylan fan. I never
I
have been.
find him like really just hard to get through. You know, like it's a slog.
I think he sucks. But it's like, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of him.
We're just too stupid to get all his.
I didn't realize how it's funny. I forgot like this girl in the movie. She's very like toned down, but she looks like a super slut in these photos. Jesus.
Yeah, kind of glammed out.
Look at that. Jesus. Wow, she does not look like
She
this
looks really
in the movie.
weird.
Yeah, she does not look like that in the movie. She actually looks like a normal person. I know. Wow, Oz Perkins, Anthony Perkins' son. That's cool. So I mean, I'm
Who's
glad he's
Anthony
making
Perkins?
That's the main character of Psycho, the main guy in Psycho.
Oh, jeez, nepotism knows no bounds.
I mean, he looks like him. He looks like him. He looks like he's got a Mr. Bungle shirt. Fuck yeah, shit, right there. Look at that, Mr. Bungle shirt. All right, I'm all in on Oz Perkins. Like, cool.
Did you see the review they did where they kept cutting all to the Gary Busey movie he made?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
What the fuck is that shit?
Yeah, I agree. And I do agree with them. They were talking about in their
What is it? Like, what is the plot of that? He's wearing like a dog collar or something?
I don't know, but I know Red Letter Media was talking about how like it's kind of miscast, like with Nicolas Cage. I totally agree. That role would be like perfect for Crispin Glover, and like I said, like the main girl. He's done with Hollywood, I think.
Yeah,
but like the main girl,
he made like a movie about people with Down syndrome doing like really fucked up shit, and toured all over the country. And I think after that, he just didn't want to work in the industry anymore. He was just kind of.
But the main girl,
like his magnum opus, and he was done.
The main girl could have been replaced like by everybody. I actually that's my big issue with it.
No,
like,
you can't have like.
I don't like her.
You can't have somebody too hot play that role because then it's going to be very distracting.
No, I can't. Especially if you watch the movie and you realize, like, I'm not going to spoil things, but like,
I want someone older. It follows because
you're a teenager.
So slow and uneventful, where like you don't ask too much of anyone to do anything.
That movie's supposed to be for like a teenage girl. She's just too young. She's too young for these parts. I want someone that's like a mature, like if you give me someone who's like 30 years old, I'd be like all in. She just doesn't look. Does she look like? She does not look like an FBI agent. Like I just don't buy it. You know, like she looks like a little girl.
Well, that was the whole point of in Silence of the Lambs is that she's young, she's female, and none of the men around her take her serious.
Right. Exactly. That was a big plot point for that movie.
Yeah, so that they're going for that again.
Not really. I don't know. That doesn't really come up in the movie. I don't know. This movie's very base level. It's all tone and look, but the plot and the acting is like not good. Like
well, how
the tone,
about the writing?
Not that good. The writing's very. It's like honestly like they talk about in Red Letter Media. It feels like a TV show plot. It's not a good plot.
No, I know. They said it was like a glorified NICS or whatever episode.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the plot sucks. Like, but like
that's
the look
more
of it
on the premise,
awesome.
not the writing.
The look is great. Like the look and the tone and the pacing is really good. The dialogue's fine. Dialogue's fine. It's just like it's. I think I'm so surprised everyone's talking about like this is the best horror movie in the last 20. I'm just like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Go watch fucking Hereditary. Go watch fucking Midsummer.
I know, but people did the same thing for Blair Witch Project, and that shit's irrelevant. It's just the context of the time that it comes out. You know.
I think Blair Witch Project was pretty good though. I don't know. I think that is
Go back
very
and
original.
rewatch it. It's a fucking slog.
You know what I rewatched recently was The Craft. I watched that recently.
I like that movie.
That movie's actually fucking.
That's got a lot of weird lesbian undertones too.
Not really. I watched. No, there's no lesbian undertones. No, not really. I watched it. No, not at all. No, you're wrong on that. They're more like slutty. Like they're trying to fuck Skeet Ulrich. They're all trying to fuck Skeet Ulrich.
I mean, just the premise is kind of inviting that.
I should keep this this little photo of us right
You know,
here.
they made another Craft
gonna
movie,
get views,
right?
Oh God.
It's with the girl from that Civil War movie that you were talking about.
Neve Campbell, very hot in that movie, by the way. Very hot in that movie.
You should check out.
Same with what's her name, Farika Volt. What's her name, Farika something?
From The Waterboy.
Yeah, she's super hot in The Waterboy. That's like her like.
You should
part.
check out the second Craft movie.
There's a second Craft movie.
Yeah, I saw the trailer a couple weeks ago. It's with the girl who was in that Civil War movie you're talking about.
Okay. Oh, Kirsten Dunst. Oh, the little girl.
No, not Kirsten Dunst.
The young girl.
Yeah, she's got like a really short,
She's good. I'll give her that.
haircut.
She's
and
good.
there's a point in the
She's a very
movie
good
where
actress.
she has her period in class and gets like completely, torn to shit.
Like I'm all for if she gets like famous, I'm all for that because she's a good actress.
She's in something else.
She's good.
I think they came out recently.
I support her. She was good. Civil War, man, is a pretty good movie. That's like, it might be too intense though, and especially in our climate of politics and fuck.
Yeah, these fucking ads are nonstop for donations. It's like every single fucking thing I open is an ad.
I mean, we all got to agree
money.
though. Like,
What?
that whole assassination thing is like.
No, I'm not talking about that. It's like every YouTube fucking video I open, it's her begging for donations. It's really pathetic.
But I was just gonna say, like, I think that whole fucking thing with the assassination is bullshit.
Oh yeah, trust
Like
me.
if you like at the least
if
of everything,
somebody had that clear review, uncontested,
yeah,
he'd be fucking dead.
like that was allowed.
And I wanted to see the
Like if you don't think that was allowed to
I wanna
happen, then
see
you're
the,
retarded. You're retarded.
The report of
allowed to
whoever
happen.
died during the whole thing.
That's what I'm just saying. It's like that was allowed to happen. It's crazy. Like that's my take on it. Like as a very intellectual conspiracy person, if you don't think that was allowed to happen, you're retarded. That was like all on purpose.
Well, think about what was the last thing that happened during this shit was the lockdown and all that fucking crap, man. Like,
Oh,
they really do not give a fuck. And this kind of ties into Game of Thrones. Like, they do not give a fuck about the general public when it comes to the hierarchy
no, they
of
don't.
who's in power.
Well, because they all think they're.
All these
I mean, that's
simpletons and fucking morons who are championing either party are just lambs to the fucking slaughter.
that's kind of a thing. That's kind of a thing because
And they do it figuratively. They have actual lambs in a carriage being brought to the dragons for food.
I mean that's kind of a thing because I mean if you go back in history and,
Like everyone like freaks out and like wants to like identify with all this shit and it's like they don't fucking even know you exist. They could give a fuck.
yeah,
if
no,
you
and also
exist
I
or
mean
not.
that's history, man.
And
Like
some people make it
they
like
think
their
they're
whole
gods.
identity. It's
I mean,
sad.
they think they're gods. They think they're gods, and even like it's addressed in these couple episodes where, the only reason why they can't ride the dragons is because they're quote unquote, like gods. But that's bullshit. It's all bullshit. I mean, we saw John.
That goes back to my notes. I don't want to like jump ahead.
We're jumping ahead. We're going to episode 5. Episode 5.
Right.
We had Rhaenyra's death.
So
What else we have? We had a lot of boring shit.
So when he said 900 people died in the battle to
it's not that much.
That 900 out of what?
I mean, you got to think about this. Back in the day, they didn't have these. That is a lot back in like medieval times.
Like 900 out of what? Because do you remember the sequence where,
well, that's a lot.
Up to he's going up to the guy who said he has 500 men, and he says he has 1,000.
No, I mean like basically when you would have a medieval war, it would be like less than 2,000 versus 2,000. Like it's not like that. So 900 deaths.
He lost less than half.
More than half. Yeah.
No, if each has 2,000, he lost 900. That's less.
A little less, but still, it's a fucking lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a big chunk of your
and
fucking
you could tell
army
he
gone.
was kind of like shaken and fucked up. Because
like you don't lose like typical war, you don't lose that.
Was he ever in a massive war before?
Which one?
Sir Kristen, the former Hand of the King who got replaced.
I don't think so because, I mean, I'm gonna say this: like during his era of being like alive, he was under Viserys, and like it's Viserys is very like obviously like everyone loved Viserys.
So he probably got too overconfident then, and that's what.
Very peaceful king
was saying to him is that like you got to chill the fuck out and like wait for it to be nighttime. Like,
I mean, I can see
fighting during the day because if they didn't go during the day and fight, the entire encounter with the old dragon woman getting killed wouldn't have happened.
No, it wouldn't happen. But also like when you can see like Viserys was a peaceful king. You know, he was a peaceful king and he had like 50 years of no war, no death, and he treated his people well. And that's a big issue with these next 2 episodes. Like the people were treated well. Now they're like, fuck. Now they're like dying.
Before we get to the next episode, so you know how
which is a very interesting
keep
arc.
putting all those like soggy things of leaf over everybody?
Yeah.
What do you think they're soaked in?
It could be the milk of the poppy. It could be some kind of like
So the whole
little heroin-y
experience is just like a giant, like physical form of what's that drip that you get? Morphine.
Like morphine.
Like
heroin. Like heroin. Yeah.
Drip.
I think it's like an opium drip.
But do you think the fact that it's a plant has like some weird biodegradable quality where it helps regenerate the cells within the skin?
It could.
Because doesn't aloe have similar properties like that where you can like drain the plant from the mucus and it like does certain things, you know?
Yeah. No, it does. It does. All right. Well, what happened in the 5th episode? Do you remember the 5th episode? This was a boring episode. I think the last episode was better. Region? I don't know. What do you think about it?
No, let's go over the first one.
Yeah, episode 5.
That's what I'm talking about.
Basically, this is when like Aemon kind of takes over a little bit there.
Okay, so my question is, who's worth what?
What do you mean, money wise?
Yeah, like what is like the financial situation from one party to the other, and are there like people outside of this shit that have even more money than anyone? You know, like
yes.
And like, what is it like they're a common currency or it's more like regional?
Well, you remember Bravos from the other Game of Thrones? Bravos has all the money. That's like the bank, and that's in Essos. That's in a different continent.
Did they bring that up at all?
Yeah, because I mean, I think the little black girl with like the little babies who's like forced to like watch the kids, she's gonna go to Essos, like away from all the shit.
Do you like know the whole geography of this entire world and everything?
Essentially, yeah. I mean, basically, all right. So basically, the main like continent that we see is England, but upside down. And then they kind of like lower is King's Landing. I basically do. It's like lower is King's Landing. The middle part is the Riverlands, which is like a big topic in this whole show. And then a northern is the North, which is like the Winterfell shit. And then above it, obviously, like the Wall. So that's basically like the continent.
How
And
would
then on the
you-
other side is
How would you
Essos.
translate it for like our purposes? Like King's Landing is the West Coast.
No, King's Landing has got this kind of like Rome, kind of Greek vibe to it. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's got a Greek vibe. It's more like Mediterranean kind
But
of
nobody
hot.
cares about Greece now.
No, but you get it though. It's got this kind of like warm vibe. It's got a warm vibe. You know what I mean? Like
But
Greece,
that would be like California.
like Italy. No, like Italy, like
No,
Rome.
They're not
Greece.
like influential
Mediterranean.
anymore. They don't matter.
That's the vibe I always got from King's Landing. Is that like they're
I know,
basically
but they're
like,
they're not impactful on anything.
yeah. Yeah, but this first episode, I was not into. Episode 5 didn't do it for me. I mean, basically, what happened? They're mourning the death of Rhaenyra. Christian Cole is kind of burnt out. Aemon's taken over.
Yeah, he uses lemons and salt to clean the blood off of the blade.
I like the next episode better. I like a lot more better. Like a
I know,
lot better. A lot better.
It's not like forget the other one didn't happen.
Yeah, I feel like this one was kind of basic though. I didn't really see what they're talking about. You know, like I thought I was like watching this episode and I was like, "There's nothing that's happening here. Nothing." I think the one dude, the little Targaryen kid is oh yeah, Damon's taking his thing there. I mean, Damon's creepy. I like him as a character a lot. Very good in this role. Very good as a character. I'm getting sick of the other guy, Matt Smith. Getting kind of sick of him. Do you agree with that? Like him and Harrenhal? I'm getting kind of sick of it. This guy, Matt Smith. I feel like he's had a very this whole season for him has not been that good. What do you think about that? Because the first season, I thought he was like the standout role. I feel like his writing in this season's been shit. He's basically just like tripping balls in a fucking haunted castle.
Is that because of the curse on the castle, or because that woman is putting shit in his drinks to make him hallucinate?
I think it's both. I mean, all right. So where he's at, Harrenhal is a very, like, if you look into Game of Thrones lore, that's a very haunted castle. But I also think the witch is doing something too. But it's a very haunted castle. He's basically in
Is
like
that
the.
why it's so deteriorated and damaged? Because people really don't want to live there or invest money into it?
Yeah, and I mean later on in Game of Thrones, you know who lives there? Like the Mountain and the Hound. The Mountain and the Hound lived in Harrenhal. It's like a haunted ass, like creepy place that creates like really creepy
It's sort
people.
of like that. What's that
It's
shit?
like a
Lord of the
demonic
Rings?
place.
That like underground mountain people. Not the dwarves, the fucking ghost motherfuckers.
Oh, and Lord of the Rings. Like in the cavern, in the little cavern. I forget their name. But yeah, this whole episode, I don't know. This episode didn't do it for me so much. I like the other episode a little more. Episode 6. What do you got? What are your notes on that? Did you take notes?
All right, yeah.
Small folk. This episode was dope. I was
So
into this.
how the fuck does this whole system of dragon riding and dragon riders work? I mean, do they have to be like brought up with the dragon when they're little kids?
No.
And it's like
No.
Say,
We've
like,
seen the
you ever see
opposite.
like in zoos where like a zookeeper has a lion cub or a tiger cub from birth, and they create a bond so they don't want to rip their fucking face off when they get older? Is it the
No,
same way,
nope.
or is it like just pure bloodline where they smell like aspects of your body and just acknowledge that you're capable and
I don't think
relinquish
it's bloodline. I think
their
it's
aggressive nature and submit to you riding them? You know, because
I don't.
to
I don't
me,
think it's
like the
bloodline. I
dragons
think
do
it's like
not
when they
want to
can smell
submit.
someone that's like when they can smell bravery. Because remember, we've seen this in Game of Thrones. Jon Snow, the dragon accepted Jon Snow, and he was not a Targaryen. Like, I mean, he was half Targaryen, but not like
You don't know
super.
that. Like, do you know the whole history of his bloodline?
Well, we did. He was Targaryen. Remember that was like a big plot point, but
I
not
don't know.
enough.
There could have been like extra shit they didn't discuss. You know, like they're trying to dig up from all this bullshit. You
Well, I
know.
mean, he was as much of a Targaryen as the guy that just got lit on fire in this episode. So as much a he was like a half Targaryen, like this other guy. But
And
it's like a
why did the
worthiness.
dragon only light up the one guy and not all these like
I don't
bald
think it's that.
motherfuckers with the staves talking shit to him?
I don't think it's that. I think it's like bravery. You have to have like a brave soul. I don't think it's about your bloodline. I think it's about like your
So that's one of my notes. It's like,
right.
okay, is it based on bloodline or is it based on just not showing fear and dominating the
Yes.
dragon? Where
I think
you're almost
I
like
think it's more
your
of that.
confidence and almost like body language submits the dragon to be
I think
secondary
so.
and
And I kind of
allow
like
you
that.
to be on top of them.
Well, and they even address it, like the little son and the lesbian queen were talking about how like it's like a bullshit thing that they think it's all Targaryens. That's like their lie. That's the lie.
Well, they said it was bullshit, but then the motherfucker got lit on fire.
Well, because he was a pussy. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
so
It's
what,
not
we're gonna line
like
up
they
with
were telling the
cocky
truth.
random motherfuckers to see who gets burned or not.
I think he was just a pussy. You got to have like no fear, you know, like to do this.
I
He
know,
had
but
fear.
like what?
That's
We're
it.
gonna have like a okay, like let's pull
He
out
obviously
all
had
the
fear.
random big dick motherfucking
I mean, like
randos
Jon Snow.
who can-
Jon
It's
Snow
almost like the
just
sword and the
walked up to
stone or some shit, you know? Like who
like
can pull
John's
it out?
exactly. It is. It is a lot like that. It's a lot like that. Jon Snow just walked up with that fucking dragon and like started petting
You
it.
gotta be a coxman.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that you have to be like, you like not care. He was
Shit.
terrified.
I don't
That
want to
one
get
that
into
night was so
speculation,
terrified to
but
like he was taking like tiny steps. That's why the dragon was like, "You fucking kidding me? You're trying to get on me? Like not you."
I don't want to get into speculation, but the former Hand of the King guy who just sent out to fight, he probably could have maybe wrote some shit, if in that context.
Oh, Kristen Cole.
Yeah,
Oh, I actually could. I could
you
totally
just
see
gotta
that.
swing the big dick and
Only he's
play
someone who
the-
like wouldn't care. Exactly. I'm sure he could ride a dragon. Exactly. I agree with that. It's like I would not doubt that. I think it's all the but they kind of said that. It's like the myth is that that's a very medieval thing where they actually try to like make themselves out to be like half gods or gods or demigods like
another
they're
one
not
of my
gods.
notes is like, why do we keep fucking obsessing over these marble fucking balls all the time?
Well, that's like when they go
Like, do
That's
we
when they go
really
to
need
the-
this shit?
Here we go. I mean, this guy. This actually
Oh,
makes
he
sense.
hates his older brother so much. He's
This
gonna
makes
kill him.
sense, by the way.
That
By the way.
motherfucker's dead on
You know this
arrival.
makes sense, right?
Because it's like
Alright.
a lost bloodline.
All right, so all right. Remember the gay black guy in the first
No,
season?
you got to show me a picture of him.
The gay black guy who was married to Rhaenyra as like a fake marriage, but he was fucking other guys. Remember him?
You got to show me it because my memory is not that good.
I don't remember his name.
Just search gay black guy Game of Thrones and see what comes up.
Remember he had like a relationship with the other gay guy.
No, I know who you're talking about. It's just I don't like. I
All
don't
right,
really remember it because I
that
honestly
is his
like part of
dragon.
me just wanted to forget that whole storyline
That's
altogether.
his dragon. But here's the thing: that's his dragon. That's his dragon.
And this is his heir.
That would be his stepbrother.
The bald guy?
Yes, the bald guy's son.
And
The
he doesn't
bald
want
guy's
it.
son. The bald guy's son. This is the son of the bald guy.
Wait, how did the fucking dragon get out?
But get out.
They don't cage these motherfuckers?
I think it's fucking hard to contain these motherfuckers. That's it. This isn't
No,
the fucking
come on.
San Diego
You're just,
Zoo.
like, you're raising a whole bunch of dragons and you're gonna be they're like
All right.
able to just escape whenever they want.
All right, this guy, Lanor.
Oh yeah, I remember
So
him.
Sea Smoke was his dragon. So he's kind of connected to that Valerian blood.
Yeah.
And the other guy, Corlys, had
Yeah, you do not want to be gay in this universe unless you're
this guy, Corlys, had a son that was like a bastard son. That was the guy who's shaving his head in the episode. He's like trying to not pretend he's like
do you remember
blonde.
the part where
His son,
ex-wife or whatever you want to
this
call
is very
her
confusing.
comes up to him and says how beautiful he looks?
Yeah, because she knew that you were Corlys's son.
But she didn't hate it. She just accepted it.
She did. It's probably something she's known for a while that she just accepted later. Because why hate the fucking son? Like that's a bad thing. Like you could hate the fucking guy for fucking the girl, but why would you hate the fucking son? You know, like don't hate the offspring. They have nothing to do with it. They're the fucking.
Yeah, I forget
You
the
know?
game, but there's
That was what was good about
a character that has dreads and is in a lion and creates like a bunch of illusions of itself. Oh my god, it's either like Curse the Storm or something. It's really weird how it correlates to this.
What else? What else do you have on the? What other notes do you have on this episode? Because
So my main question is like, how much does the actual bloodline matter to just being able to work around it? And did
I
they
think the
just
bloodline
rush
matters.
that guy into the position, or if they just like took their time and studied it and actually like found more legitimate options, that guy wouldn't get burned alive, you know?
well, I think they're showing that. Remember,
Like
remember,
if they took the time and didn't rush into it, could they have just found this guy instead?
they're like piecing into that. You know, like the guys, and there's this one guy who's in the pub. He's in the pub and he keeps he apparently is the bastard of Viserys. You know, he's in the pub and he's talking about
The one who is like
Food.
trying to be like an imposter of somebody else.
he's gonna be a dragon rider. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He's gonna, because he has the blood. He's the bloodline of the Targaryens, so he could be a dragon rider.
I thought that was just a grift.
I don't think so. I think he's gonna be a dragon rider.
Oh man!
Now it's like you have him to ride.
See, you
'Cause
say
she
all
said
these
it.
episodes
said
are boring and uneventful, but there's a lot of shit
No, it said
going
enough.
on that
No, they're
not
apparently
gonna
all right.
pay
So
off
all right, hold
until
on.
later.
Hold on. There's two very big dragons that she has that are untamable,
So,
but they're big.
Yeah, so
but they're
the wild
bigger.
dragon, that was just the one that the black guy didn't get yet, right?
There's two
Or-
very untamable dragons that are bigger than.
So
the
the
Aemon's dragon.
red-headed girl who got sent away with the kids, she just saw sea smoke.
Yes. No,
Okay.
no, that's a different dragon. That's a different one. That's
the
one we don't
fuck?
even know about. That's like
Are
a
you
different
sure?
one. Yes. That is not anyone we know.
Man, so they're fucking preing hard.
Yeah, there's a bunch of big ass dragons that are bigger than Aemon's dragon. That's the whole
Has
issue.
somebody made a like a pie chart or breakdown of family to dragon to everything? I'm sure it exists, but that would be so helpful. Is understanding what the fuck is going on.
I kind of want to see. I'm sure someone's made a chart. Let me see if someone's made a chart.
And another question I have is what is the absolute youngest age somebody can ride a dragon, to where they're not going to be
I think kind of young. It's not about the age.
14?
I think it's the connections. No, I think it's like a dog. It's like if your dog likes you, you know what I mean. It's like that dog could be. I mean, they're very dog-like. If you notice with the dragons, they're very dog-like. I mean, look. All right, I'm gonna show you this. This is the chart of these dragons, and this will kind of like.
And also, I
There you
also would like to see a chart of money. You know, like
Look at
who's
this.
got more money than the other person.
So
'Cause
Vagar,
why are they so capped on food that they can't just give out food to everybody? Why
Vagar
is the
is.
money so limited and
I
pathetic?
agree. Look at Vagar is like a big dragon. That's Aemon's dragon. All right, other dragons we have not
Who's
seen
got
here.
who's got the one to the left?
I mean, I'm gonna say none of these dragons in the top row we haven't seen. We've seen Sunfire.
Oh,
here.
this is a lot of just like literature and not actionable.
No. Sunfire was Aegon's dragon. Sea Smoke is the dragon that's in this episode that lights the guy on
They
fire,
need to
which is
list-
way smaller than
You
Caraxes,
need
by
to
the way.
list the rider with the dragon.
Caraxes is Damon's dragon right here. I mean, they're
Damn,
all.
he's low in the list.
I mean, they're all smaller than Vagar. Vagar is like crazy.
No,
Balerion
who's
is like
Valerian?
that's like an ancient dragon. That was like the biggest dragon of all time.
So we haven't seen it and we never will.
Probably not. That's like the ancient like Targaryen dragons.
They shouldn't even include it because
I mean, these other ones, I don't know.
And you know how they talk about speed versus size?
Yeah,
What does that matter?
I don't know, because maybe a fucking dragon, like like what if a fucking little dragon was able to like be speedy, like and fucking bite the fucking Vagar's neck? Like there's shit like that, right? You gotta get that. Like that could happen too.
But what I'm
Like
what
what
I'm
if he
saying
takes
is
him
like,
down?
is it better to be fast or is it better to just be big and slow and dumb?
I'm gonna say it's better be fast.
And how much of all this is based on the rider and how they know how to use them?
Yeah, but also it's like a horse,
'Cause to
Like
me,
what if you
it's
have a
like
horse that's
Half
fucking
the
crazy?
people riding these fucking dragons have never been in combat at all, and it's just
Exactly.
birthright. And they don't know what the fuck to do once they actually get there.
Exactly.
Isn't that why they're afraid for the older black girl to actually get in combat? Because they sent her out a couple times and she failed. And I mean,
And
why the fuck
I think
did
she's
not just
she's riding
fucking
Grey
set
Ghost.
fire
That's
to
her.
the woods
That's her.
when they
Grey
all
Ghost is her
did?
thing. But I know they mentioned
like-
it. Well,
Like, why,
have,
why did she just stop at the trees? Like, oh my god, the dragon can't overcome trees. They fucking burn the whole shit down. And
Right,
you could have easily prevented the entire battle from happening because you would have incinerated half the motherfuckers going out there.
So they mentioned this, by the way. They mentioned they have. All right, that Jason
That,
guy,
that
the
to me
little
feels like a little bit of like a lazy plot device.
this
where-
this dragon right here, Vermithor, is like untamed. But if they fucking tame him, he's not far off from Vagar. See what I mean? Like, look at Vermithor. Like, if they
Is there a
tame him,
breakdown of like who's assigned to who?
no. All right, so Vermithor right here is not tamed. Silverwing is not tamed. But if they
Well,
tame
where
those,
are they? Like, where are they held up at?
they're in like the dragon like caves and shit. They're like feeding them.
Are those the ones? Like, one of the two is the one that just lit that old guy up on fire.
That was actually Sunfire down here.
Oh my god, bro! I
But
can't.
they
keep up
have
with
they
shit,
have
man.
Silverwing. They have Silverwing right here.
I
See this
need,
big
like,
dragon, and they have
There
Vermithor.
needs to be like college courses and dissertations based on this whole fucking breakdown.
But if you look at this, if you have Sunfire, Silverwing, and Vermithor versus Vagar, like 3-on-1, that's what they're talking
Well,
about.
they just showed you. Okay, so they
That's
just
what they're
showed
talking
you
about.
a 2-on-1 dragon fight where the one is obviously inexperienced and underdeveloped versus somebody who's a psychopath who has a very developed dragon versus a very developed dragon.
Right.
But did his dragon die?
No.
It
No.
didn't die?
Wait, like Aegon?
The king that's all held
No,
up
it's
and
it's
fucked
still
up.
alive. It's still alive.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, are you fucking serious?
That Sunfire. We're thinking of Sea Smoke. Sea Smoke is on their side, on the other side.
Yeah,
Sunfire's still alive.
the Bulldyke bitch really needs like a lot of help.
I forget what her dragon is. She has a big dragon too. I think she has like. All right, Caraxes is definitely Damon's because he's got that long snake neck.
That's what I'm saying. Like they should have made this whole breakdown with the people who ride them, or who or at
They
least
can do a chart
assigned to them.
Next time.
That doesn't exist.
I mean, I'm looking at. I mean, maybe it probably does. Probably does. But yeah, I don't know. I like this.
Like looking
this
at
episode.
them, they all just remind me of like tadpoles.
This episode we also had the lesbian kiss, which is very
Or you're jumping way.
No, we're right there. We're right there. Lesbian kiss, which was
We didn't even get to the
Interesting.
whole like people trying to fucking murder.
you got this creepy owl.
Okay, so one of my notes is, so she was sent there to heal him, but did she just have him finally die? The Tully guy die so the little kid could take over, and then be
It
more
seems like
manageable
that.
for him to bring on to him and help
It
him.
also It also seems like that whole
Right?
I don't know. Like
and
Damon
this whole
should
like
leave.
will they won't they fucking arc between the two seems well overdue, you know.
I also think he's like in a
Hold
trance
on. We
by
didn't
this
even
place.
talk about the dream sequence where he's fucking his mother.
Yeah, he's fucking his mother, which is very
Which is covered
Targaryen.
in like blood and stuff.
Yeah. Which I don't think that's a dream sequence. I think that's like a past memory.
Oh, well, okay, so that's another thing. Is like, is he actually having dream sequences, or is she putting?
No, I think that's a
It's
past
his
memory. I think he
food
fucked her.
and like whatever he's drinking to make him act this way and go through these experiences.
I think it's a dream, but I also think he fucked her. I think that's what happened. This is a very incestuous family. So you have to like understand that. You know, like
I don't know. It's just
and you know what?
kind of like
Get hot.
rushing through a lot of it.
Get a hotter girl for this girl. I'm very like, come on, she's not good. Come on.
Yeah, that's another note I have. It's like
No one's hot. No one's hot in this show.
I know it's like
Where's the sex?
the whole like. To me, I don't want to reduce it down to it, but like to me,
Even
the whole
this, even
reason
like the
why
madam.
Game of Thrones was so popular because of all this like borderline
Porn.
softcore porn shit and violence, and it feel like they just lost that all, and it's been neutered down to all
I
this
think they don't want to do
bullshit.
it. In
It's
our
like-
day and age, they don't want to do it.
Like,
But even this girl.
like why reduce it down to the writing when honestly, like people just want to see like sick shit, you know? It's like
I mean, right here in this photo here, this is the madame, like the madam, like the main prostitute. She should be like fucking way hotter. Be like get like a hot MILF in here. Come on, what are you fucking doing? Like she's not.
I know
hot.
that
Come on.
like honestly, like literally, that is the note I have is like, why is this season just
It's neutered.
not
It's liberally neutered.
not bringing over the what I thought was what made it great is like this almost like Z level of film, you know, where it's like they go to like levels that certain movies won't, you know, like the degradation and awful weird shit. It's just been kind of.
I totally agree with. I totally agree with you on that.
Like the
That's my
tenets
problem
on
with this as well.
writing and character development is like if you don't like the characters involved, you're gonna alienate all that shit. You know.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you. I think that's
like
an issue
the
with
base
this second
level
season.
of Game of Thrones. That's what drove me to it initially. Is like I liked how archaic and disgusting and medieval it was because, in a way, we're so far beyond that. But allows you to like relate to that disgusting shit where like people were throwing their feces out of windows and stuff, and like the black pig was still a thing. And
No, but I also think Game of Thrones had this like nostalgia to like Lord of the Rings. I think that's kind of why it got famous too. Like everyone was like, "We need a new Lord of the Rings," and it was like 10 years later, and like there was no Lord of the Rings. So that's basically part of it too. And we had Sean Bean. You had all these fantasy cast. Like there's a bunch of fantasy characters from like Harry Potter, other things that are into this.
I
That's
know
kind of
all
what
these
drew everyone in.
characters
But
get old and
also, I
die
agree, the
off. You can't
sex,
cling to
the
that.
violence, like the mystery of like anyone could die any second. That was a big thing with that Game of Thrones. Kind of like Sopranos, where it's like, and these people can fucking die each episode, so you want to tune in to actually watch it. I'm not getting that from this show.
Yeah. R.I.P. Big Pussy.
Right, but again, like you know what I'm talking about. Like it felt like someone could fuck up in Sopranos
There's
any
actually been
episode
a
and they'd be
weird
fucking dead.
resurgence of The
You know?
Sopranos based on Charlie
Pepper Ann.
XCX's stuff, where Tony Soprano. Do you remember when he was obsessed with the ducks in his
Well,
pool?
that's like episode 1. That's episode 1. That's the first. That's the first episode. Yeah, in the pool.
I love the fucking Sopranos, man. I could rewatch that shit again
The
and not
pilot
be
is
bothered by it.
the pilot is great. That's why that show got
The weird
famous, because
thing
that
about
pilot's great.
Sopranos is like it's supposed to be like very serious and about like people getting murdered all the time, but it's so fucking funny half the time.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Like,
Well,
there's so many characters.
that's
and
the thing, man.
honestly, like the secondary characters, all their dialogue is just it's funny, and I don't know if it's meant to be.
No, but no, it was. I think if you want to have anything good, that's like really good and timeless, you have to cross all genres. You have to have a little bit of horror. You have to have comedy. You have to have
because
drama.
otherwise it's so singular to a certain demographic of
Right.
fan base.
I mean, look at Game of Thrones.
I think that's where Disney got into trouble. It's where like
Yeah.
they just think like everyone wants to watch science fiction all the fucking time.
But
Where
look at Game of Thrones. They have drama. They have fucking sex. They have fucking horror with like zombies. You know what I mean? Like they have drama. They have all of it. You know, like you cross the genres. You get all of it.
what?
You know, like that's the
feel
best
like
thing to do.
this goes into the tame version of old Game of Thrones. Like they should have shown the people breaking in and murdering the mothers and raping the daughters that they just referenced haphazardly in
There's
the
a lot of
sequence.
things they should have done.
You know what I mean?
differently.
Like they should have
Yeah.
fucking shown it.
Oh, I mean this. I mean, I was thought
all
about
these
it.
like random assholes wake him in the middle of the night and they want to talk to him. This just
But even,
feels
like, that last season
just
where
like bullshit dialogue. You gotta show me the fucking shit to make it more impactful and
Right.
mean something to me.
But even like the Game of Thrones last season, where like we had one episode of the Night King like fucking taking Winterfell, like that should have been a fucking like 3-season fucking battle. I would have made that fucking like 3 episodes. You know, like I would have had like 3 episodes
Yeah,
of a
but they're
battle.
all just kind of
Like make it like
trying to
fucking
get out of
like
it to work on the bigger budget.
that shit 3
things they've been
hours.
paid to do.
like I would have made that 3 hours. Have that be like very impactful. 3 hours, 3 episodes. Then like at the end, you'd be like, oh shit, Arya comes in and kills the Night King. Like it would have meant more. You know, like it would have meant so much more. Like that's where that last season was fucked. Like they didn't get it. But I will say this: I think House of Dragons is very nicely paced. Obviously, I know there's a 3rd season, which there wasn't supposed to be a 3rd season, by the way. It's supposed to just
like
be
I
2
said,
seasons.
like you can't just have every episode be like the end all be all. You know, you gotta
It was supposed to just be 2 seasons.
slow burns that lead up to something that explodes. You know, you're gonna wear yourself out.
I think we'll see like one more big
It's
battle.
not a movie; it's a TV show. It's episodic. You gotta like pick and choose what's going on. And
I think we'll see one more big battle.
and
then
acting
next
is
season-
enough to like keep people engaged.
I think we'll see one more big battle, and next season I think should be like all war shit, and then like the conclusion, and that would be cool. I'm looking forward to season 3 of the show because this has been kind of like
How many episodes are left?
only 4.
Okay.
So I'm saying I think they'll do one more big battle, and then next season will be like a lot of budget on battles, and then like a conclusion, and maybe something that leads into Game of Thrones, like a little bit of reference to Game of Thrones, something that like kind of
I
connects.
mean, I think part of it is that the actors and writing are not as good as what we're used to.
I don't think
Where
so. I
the
think
slow
the
parts-
actors are good. I like the
Where the
actors.
slow parts drag longer, and like we're probably like overlooking tons of episodes that have happened that were very slow, but honestly, like part of it is it's new to you, and you're still learning the entire thing. We've already like been through this universe, It's like
Yeah.
it's
I
like
thi- I-
it's like
I think the actors are great.
All the second generation of Star Wars movies, like everybody fucking knows everything, has been through it. It's not exciting anymore.
And even the Star Wars actors, I think they're all fine too. I think they just didn't give they had a bad plot given to them. Like all these actors, they're
I gotta
doing a
say
good
though, man,
job
I like as soon as
with
she
what they have.
brought that slave girl with the slit neck on her
Yeah,
side,
I'm not crazy about that.
I
story.
fucking knew that they were gonna get in some lesbian shit because she is a whore. She like
She's
her
a
whole
whore.
MO is that she's a prostitute.
But do you think that
I
means
knew
she's
she
not?
was gonna work her way in the fucking.
But hold on.
getting
Does
in
that
there.
mean she's not really into the queen and she's just trying to like get power? Probably, right? Like she actually into this blonde girl or no? I don't think she is. That's a
I'm
motive.
not
right
into
there.
her.
Who is? Come on.
Her son.
Yeah. No, the son's trying to fuck some like black girl. I don't know.
Not really. They haven't had. They didn't even kiss last episode before he left.
That's crazy too. That
Like you
That's
notice
another
that,
thing.
like
That's
before
another
he
thing.
went off
That's-
on
that
some
guy-
excursion to possibly die, they didn't even like have any physical interaction at
that
all.
guy, like Jason or whatever, he could be like a fucking Tiger Beat. I'm surprised he's not like super popular. Maybe that'll happen. He could be the next
But from
Timothy
day
Chalamet.
one, I thought she was butch as fuck, and eventually it was going to pay off. And finally, it made
I missed
sense.
the. I really like the little the younger version of her. I'm very attracted to her.
Well, that's
Looks-
not coming back, so
She
you
looks like
gotta
a
let
little
it
goat.
go.
She looks like a goat. Or
You
sheep
gotta
or
let it
something.
go, unless there's like some voodoo witchcraft. Where,
No,
like,
she's
restore her.
had sequences. She's come back in like flashbacks.
Oh, speaking of that, I gotta fucking watch The Northman, man. I've been putting it off.
Oh, you
so
should watch
long.
Northman. Fuck,
Yeah,
that movie's great.
I don't have time. I gotta watch 2 fucking goddamn episodes of this shit.
Here you go. This is This is what I'm talking about. She looks like a little goat. Looks like a little fucking goat. Right? That's basically a goat person. Goat girl.
Yeah,
But she's cute, like this little goat.
yeah.
She's very
it's-
cute.
It's like so abstract at this point where I forgot that she is her. They
I
don't
know,
look
'cause
alike
this-
at all.
They don't. This girl
They
is
should've
so
just
much more like
gotten her
pretty.
again and made her look older.
I agree with that. But you
Like, why did
no.
they just replace her with? You know what? Maybe it was
You
money.
can't.
I don't know. But
She's got to be like 20 years
they should've
older.
just
You can't
done
do
this-
it. You can't do
You
it.
should've just kept the same actress and made her look older until she's
Can't do it.
older.
No, you can't do it. She's got to be 20 years older. There's, this girl. I think this girl only right now is like 20. So you can't do it. You can't do it. I get it. But I would have got someone that looks a little more like cuter. Because this girl's like cute, like very cutie.
Has she gotten
like-
anything outside of this?
I don't think so, but like I would have
Then
tried to get
that's
someone that
sad.
looks like this, like a little pin nose, little cute goat looking girl. It is not. I don't know. I agree with you. I really
It's
like
too much.
Allison, the new Allison, the queen's the queen mother. She's still good looking. That actress. I think she's fine. I like her as a casting. That was fine.
Olivia Clark.
Is it Olivia Clark? Whoever it is, I think she's fine. Like I
She's
think
alright,
like
yeah.
like
Did you
I-
see where that?
she's
that
good.
piece of
Olivia,
fish
Olivia
got-
Cook. Olivia Cook.
gets
Yeah,
smashed in the
she's
face?
good. She works. She works totally in this. I have no issue with that. I agree with you though. Like the other
But
girl, not
did
so
you
much.
see where the piece of fish got smashed in her face?
Yeah,
I feel like that is foreshadowing of the sea people.
I also really like the scene
You know what
where
I'm talking about?
the
Like
clubfoot
the sea
guy.
snake and all the sea motherfuckers.
Yeah, I liked when the clubfoot guy talked to like the burnt up Aegon and was like, "You're fucking done." Like,
Yeah,
you have to realize
learn
that was a good scene though. Like you have to
learn
realize
Chinese,
like
motherfucker, you're about to play over in
you got to realize you're like not powerful and you have to and you're gonna be made fun of. Like that was a good episode. Like that was a good scene. I like that a lot.
I didn't think it would make this long. I thought the other guy would have snuffed that motherfucker out way before this.
I don't think he has to. I think that's what he's thinking. He's like, I don't fucking
Well,
have
that's
to.
the thing is when he said like people underestimate you.
Right. And I that's why I was kind of like, oh, I fucking like this. I was like, that's a cool.
So I guess
I was
they're,
like, I
they're
kind of like
playing
that
too long
bit.
haul with that.
Yeah. So I was kind of like, okay, I'm kind of rooting for Aegon to survive.
Yeah,
But I
it's a
kind of
little
doubt he does. I think he'll die in the next episode. Personally, got a lot of burns, man.
we
that doesn't-
covered a lot.
We covered a lot.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Till next time.
We're gonna do one
WizardShack.
episode. Right?
Got 20 people watching. Who are these people watching us?
But
20 people. All right. Love it. I'll see you later, man. Next week. Peace and love. Peace and love.